Minash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I hope you are well in this pandemic time. Students, it's our chapter 27 from the history section, The Rise of the Muslims, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Students, today we will discuss about the struggle and the services of one of the most important personality of Pakistan, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, also known as the Revolutionary Man. He was born in Delhi 1817. He acquired his education in Delhi. Let's talk about his early life. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was a well-known Muslim farmer, educator and politician. Syed Ahmad Khan was born on 17th October 1817 in Delhi. He was born into a family with strong Mughal connections. He came from a wealthy family which was well known and respected in the area. Great care was taken by his father to ensure that he received a high quality education. His father, Sayyid Muttaqi Muhammad, was an advisor to Emperor Akbar II, while his grandfather, Sayyid Hadi Alamgir, held a position of prominence in the Mughal court. On completing the education, he joined the government services. He was a lawyer. He rose to the position of judge. He studied Persian, Arabic, mathematics, and medicine along with the Quran. He left his conventional course but continued to study privately. He had a keen interest in literature. After his father's death, Khan joined the East India Company as a clerk and gradually got promoted to become a judge of the small court. He received the conventional education but was a pioneer in introducing modern education for the Indian Muslim community. Meanwhile, the First War of Independence 1857 started. When the War of Independence broke out in 1857, Sir Syed was working as a chief judge Bijnor and is said to have saved the lives of many women and children during the fighting. In return for his loyalty, the British offered him an estate with a large income, but he refused the offer. He was appointed Chief Justice in Moradabad and later was transferred to Ghazipur. Educational Services or Aligarh Movement. As we know that after the War of Independence, the condition of the Muslims of India were very miserable as the British fell more on the Muslims than on Hindus. They considered that Muslims were responsible for all the wrongs and the war held just because of their harsh and rude behavior. After 1857, the Muslims emerged as a backward nation. They were illiterate and hopelessly ignorant in every walk of life. They were deprived of their basic rights and were neglected in every sphere of life. In such conditions, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan came forward and tried to help the Muslims come out from such deplorable and miserable conditions. He guided the Muslims towards the right path and attempted to draw out the Muslims from such helpless condition. He started a movement in order to give respectable position to Muslims in society as they had in past. This movement is known as Aligarh movement. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was a devoted Muslim. His mission was to improve the educational, political, religious, and social condition of Muslims. This mission was known as the Aligarh movement. The main focus of the Aligarh movement was loyalty to British government, modern Western education for the Muslims to compete with Hindus, to keep away the Muslims from politics. The most important movement for the spread of modern education and social reform among Muslims was started by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Sir Syed realized that this miserable and deplorable condition of Muslims was due to the lack of modern education. He believed that the cure of every problem of Muslims was the modern education. Therefore, he started an educational program in order to uplift the deprived and disappointed Muslims who had lost their past glory. He took concrete steps for his education plan. He realized that the lack of education was the reason for the backwardness of Muslims. He went to England to learn the educational system in the West. On his return, he persuaded Muslims to seek education, learn English and science along with religious studies. Now come towards Sir Syed Ahmad Khan's educational movements. He established the Muhammadan Anglo-Oriental College, which was later became to known as the Aligarh University. He believed both Muslim men and women should gain quality education. He established first school in Muradabad in 1859. Thus, in 1859, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan set up a school for Muslims in Muradabad where English, Persian, Islamiyat, Arabic, Urdu were compulsory subjects. He set up another school in Ghazipur in 1862. Scientific Society, Ghazipur, 1864. In 1864, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan laid the foundation of Scientific Society at Ghazipur. The purpose of this society was to translate the English books into Urdu language. Muhammadan Anglo-Oriental School, 1875. Hence, in 1875, Sir Syed established Muhammadan Anglo-Oriental School at Aligarh. In 1877, the school was upgraded to the level of college. The main characteristics of this college was that it offered both Western and Eastern educations. Later on, this college was raised to the level of university after the death of Sir Syed in 1920. Muhammadan Educational Conference 1866. In 1886, Sir Syed set up an organization which is known as Muhammadan Educational Conference. Its aims was to convey the message of education to the Muslim masses. The conference held its sessions at different towns of the country to know about the educational problems and then tried to solve them. The conference in its meeting discussed the modern techniques for the development and improvement of the standard of the education. He was knighted by the British government in 1888 and given the title of Sir. The title of Sir is the most prestigious title that is given to a very respectable personality regarding their works and contribution to humanity. Syed Ahmad Khan was entitled as Sir for his wonderful contribution towards the society regarding education. His political services. Sir Syed advised Muslims of India to stay away from the political activities temporarily because they have had no modern and political education at that time. The Hindus had established Congress and had very sharp political knowledge which could be helpful for them in crushing the Muslims very easily. He forbade the Muslims to join Congress since he knew that Hindus will never be of the same interest as that of Muslims. He put stress on acquiring modern and political education before getting into politics. He observed Hindus wanted to rule over India. Therefore, Muslims and Hindus could not live in India as a peaceful nation. He thought of a separate nation for the Muslims of subcontinent. The Aligarh movement awakened the Muslims and helped them regaining their lost value and social status. This movement encouraged the Muslims to fight for their economic and political rights to flourish their Islamic civilization. This movement broadly helped Muslims reviving their social, economic, political, cultural, and religious values in the subcontinent. Educational reforms opened new ways for Muslims to progress in economic and political spectrum. Sir Syed died in 27th March 1898 and his Aligarh movement laid the foundation for Pakistan movement which resulted in separate homeland for Muslims in 1947. This idea became the basis of our struggle for independence and for the creation of Pakistan. Sir Syed wrote a book Asbab-e Hind. Muslim British relations. After the War of Independence, the relationship of Muslims and British government was indeedly tarnished. Sir Syed knew the only way of revival of Muslims was to maintain the relationship with British government and winning their trust. In this respect, he wrote a magazine, Risale Asbab-e Hind, in which he explained that not only the Muslims were responsible for the War of Independence, but also Hindus and other nations involved, and this was backed by ill-measured government policies. Now come to the conclusion. The conclusion is that Sir Syed Ahmad Khan played a big role in the awareness of the Muslims of South Asia, unlike other Muslim leaders of his time. Sir Syed was of the view that Muslims should have friendship with the British if they want to take their due rights. To achieve this, he did a lot to convince the British that Muslims were not against them. On the other hand, he tried his best to convince the Muslims that if they did not befriend the British, they could not achieve their goals. Sir Syed wrote many books and journals to remove the misunderstandings between Muslims and the British. The most significant of his literary works were his pamphlets Loyal Mohammedans of India and Causes of Indian Revolt. This book explained the main causes of the revolt and war in India. Sir Syed asked the Muslims of his time not to participate in politics unless and until they got modern education. He was of the view that Muslims could not succeed in the field of Western politics without knowing the system. He was invited to attend the first session of the Indian National Congress and to join the organization, but he refused to accept the offer. He also asked the Muslims to keep themselves away from the Congress and predicted that the party would prove to be a pure Hindu party in the times to come. He saved Muslims of India from ignorance and backwardness. He created awareness of religious and political identity. He asked Muslims to follow the spirit of Muslim nationalism. This led to the formation of All India Muslim League. By establishing the Muhammadan Education Conference, he provided Muslims with a platform on which he could discuss their political problems. Sir Syed is known as the founder of two nation theory in the modern era. In the beginning of 1898, he started keeping abnormally quiet. For hours, he would not utter a word to friends who visited him. Medical aid provided ineffective. His condition became critical on 24th of March. On the morning of March 27, a severe headache further worsened it. He expired the same evening in the house of Haji Ismail Khan, where he had been shifted 10 or 12 days earlier. He was buried the following afternoon in the compound of the mosque of Aligarh College. Students, that was all about Sir Syed Ahmad Khan and his efforts and his services. Let's come towards your home task. You have to read page 120 and 121. You have to write the answer of the following questions in your rough notebooks. The first question is, when and where was Sir Syed Ahmad Khan born? The second question is, when was Sir Syed Ahmad Khan awarded the title of Sir? The third question is, when did he set up the Muhammadans Anglo-Oriental College? That was all about your today's topic. Take care and Allah Hafiz.